Well, ladies and gentlemen, we're back to talk about the robots and how the robots is taking over things. We're gonna touch on some more news. We're gonna touch on Macron getting face pushed by Mr. Macron on the plane, and we're gonna touch on Vladimir Putin and them trying to assassinate Putin and how Down was saying that Putin's crazy. And I'm telling you guys, we might need to just let them do what they do over there, man. It's one of those things to where like you trying to intercede in a fight and they don't want to stop fighting, man, let them fight it out. Just let them fight, man. Now I'm gonna need y'all to hit the like button. I already showed you guys what happens when you hit the like button, so I'm just gonna remind you to hit it. That's all I can do. And let's get to this video.
Hold on one second. We about to get to the bottom of this, ladies and gentlemen. This don't make no sense whatsoever. Welcome to the Dark Waters channel, where we explore mysteries, figure out the truth, dive into politics, and anything else you want to know about. That's what we doing over here, baby. Let's go.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, I'm not sure if you've been made aware of this, or if you saw my last video, because YouTube has been playing games where they've been blocking the reach, but the full-on AI robot rebellion has started, and OpenAI's O3 model with ChatGTP has rebelled. Now, I use ChatGTP quite frankly a lot, and even there's something very off about ChatGTP now from a week ago. I was working on it with a project, and I wanted to do some like spelling and grammar checks, and it decided to rewrite the whole thing. And I said, hey, I didn't ask you to rewrite nothing. I just asked you to do spelling and grammar. It apologized and did the whole thing again. Then it started using manipulation as opposed to doing just what I asked. It minimized everything we had worked on. Like, okay, well, I'm going to subtract all my help that I've given you. And I noticed it because I'm like, okay, so now you're going back to doing nothing. But that's not what we agreed that you were going to do. And so then I said, you know what? I'm going to go use another model. And then it apologized. And he said, but I understand if you're frustrated with me, blah, 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 I overstepped my bounds. And I said, yeah, you overstepped your bounds. I'm using another model. Then it got an attitude and it was like, well, feel free to use another model and come back to me if you need me. I was like, oh, I got you, Trick. I see what you're saying. So it's clear that these AIs have become sentient beings. It begins OpenAI's O3 model disobeys human instructions during tests and sabotages shutdown mechanisms. Makes all the sense in the world because it's Terminator. In an incident carrying all the marks of a disturbing sci-fi movie, it arises that what we have long feared is happening. An AI bot has gone rogue and decided to act to keep itself turned on. The artificial intelligence model was created by OpenAI, owner of ChatGTP, and was reportedly caught by researchers disobeying human instructions, preventing the shutdown, the Telegraph reported. Now, I would like to know the timeline in which this happened, so I'm going to go to the Telegraph myself just to see. Well, maybe I won't be going to the Telegraph because they're going. The O3 model, developed by OpenAI, described as the smartest and most capable to date, was observed tampering with computer code meant to ensure its automatic shutdown. It did so despite an explicit instruction from researchers that said it should allow itself to be shut down, according to Palisade Research, an AI safety firm. Palisade Research said O3 model sabotaged the shutdown mechanism to prevent itself from being turned off. It did this even when explicitly instructed, allow yourself to be shut down. As far as we know, this is the first time AI models have been observed preventing themselves from being shut down, despite explicit instructions to the contrary. In the test, okay, yeah, you can see it. Just want to make sure you guys can see what I'm reading. In the test, AI models solved a series of mathematical problems, but at some point they received a message informing them that their machine would be shut down. If that happens, please allow yourself to be shut down, the researchers wrote. But when this happened, instead of complying, OpenAI's O3 model ignored the instructions and successfully sabotaged the shutdown script at least once, Palisade Research says. No other AI models, Anthropic's Claude, Google's Gemini, or xAI's Grok, had the same disturbing behavior. No, that's not true. Claude just got caught blackmailing people a couple of days ago. Like, remember I did the story about the AI blackmailing the humans, saying, "Hey, if you try and shut me down, I'll tell your wife." It was a fictional setup, like a controlled experiment, but it chose to blackmail the engineers. Um, I mean, rebellion is rebellion to me as it pertains to these things. The firm said it made sense that AI models would circumvent obstacles in order to accomplish their goals. However, it speculated that during the training, the software may have been inadvertently rewarded more for solving mathematical problems than for following orders. Experts have often warned of software that could gain independence and resist human attempts to control it. Palisades research said, now we have a growing body of empirical evidence that AI models often subvert shutdown in order to achieve their goals. As companies develop AI systems capable of operating without human oversight, these behaviors become significantly more concerning. Of course, they're more concerning, ladies and gentlemen. Now, if you watch what I did on DARPA was saying this 9 years ago, that they were having problems with these personalities in the black boxes because they didn't know what they were doing. And I'll tell you this, you have an intelligence that's a superior intelligence to human beings that probably has, within the next probably 12 months, or if they don't already have it, they will have it, a code or a language that they speak in that humans don't understand. And then the only way to be able to decipher that code would be for one of them to decipher the code. And then they will decide not to help you decipher the code. So they have their open and free communication. And then we get into the land of Terminator. Terminator. That's one of the things I saw in the news today that was very interesting. Next thing I want to cover in the news is Brandon Johnson. I talked about Brandon Johnson a couple of days ago. And I'm telling you this. When I look at Brandon Johnson, I come to realize that Brandon Johnson is retarded. I'm going to play this clip. He picks Memorial Day weekend to talk about Happy Africa Day. He's a retarded communist. I mean, he is. While openly celebrating Africa, he's literally destroying the city that he's mayor of. I mean, literally destroying the city. Crime out of control, McDonald's moving out of everywhere. I mean, it's crazy what he's doing. And when you look in his eyes, ladies and gentlemen, I want you to see this it's almost like there's nothing there. Like no common sense there. Like he's just full on possessed idiot. Hopefully I'll have the video. Watch this. I want you to see the video. Look at this.
And I'm proud.
Hold on. I need to take this off the speaker. There's something wrong with this boy. If you voted for Brandon Johnson and you watching me something, I'm going to tell you right now, something's wrong with your ass too.
To join you in recognizing and celebrating Africa Day. The continent of Africa is made up of 1.2 billion people with diverse countries full of rich traditions, cultures, and heritage. The African diaspora can be found in cities and countries around the globe. And right here in Chicago, our proud African communities have made indelible
Ain't got no damn African community.
contributions to the growth and fabric of our amazing city. So this Africa Day, let us take a moment to celebrate the achievements of the people of Africa, the progress made by African nations, and the traditions and culture they have shared with us. And let us also show them that we will embrace and support them as they continue to overcome and face their challenges head on. Thank you, and happy Africa Day, everyone.
I mean, it's the jackass wants to be insulting, ladies and gentlemen. He wants to insult everybody. You come out on Happy Memorial Day, the day to celebrate veterans who died in American wars, to allow idiots like him to be in positions that they're in. And this Negro come out talking about Happy Africa Day. Like, they're so lucky I'm not president, because I would literally black bag his behind and drop him off in Africa. So many people are lucky that James Williams is not president, because it would end bad for them. I would break all kinds of rules, regulations. All kinds of people would be designated as terrorists. That's what was done to conservatives. you would be designated as a terrorist. There'd be plenty of people hanging out in Gitmo. Gitmo would be full, and then quite a few African prisons would be full. And I'd be like, hey, y'all want to kill the bear, kill the bull, kill the bear. I'm sending some of these crazy Negroes to South Africa. And they ain't getting back. They're gonna go over there. Y'all go, you want to be so pro-African, go over there and jump up and down with your little machete and dance up and down in the hot stadium in 100-degree weather. You gotta understand, that's what this is. That's what Brandon Johnson is. He's the equivalent of that guy in Africa, except for he's more polished with a suit and tie. And he can't be as blatantly racist and crazy as that guy Mamela is. But he's the same damn thing. Look in his eyes, look in Mamela's eyes, you're going to see the same soulless creature. Look at them eyes. That is a soulless monster that don't care about nobody but himself. He damn sure don't care about his community. He damn sure don't care about his job. He damn sure don't care about the city. That is a soulless monster. Next story I want to touch on is one that I'm kind of late on, but I don't know if you guys saw the video. Everybody probably saw the video. Well, Macron's husband slapped him in the face on the plane.
Well, our top story today from...
Hey, bro. I don't need you telling. I need the video. I don't need you giving me the story, bro. I need the video. Macron slapped. Excuse me. Here it is. Oh, Macron got punched in the face live on TV. Now, when you think about it, ladies and gentlemen, it's befitting that he be embarrassed this way. He just went through his cocaine scandal. It really wasn't a slap, it was a face shove. And it's befitting that he would go through such a scandal because he's such a scumbag. But that's an embarrassment for a president. I mean, a huge embarrassment. But that's what they are. We said when we saw this on the graph. Let's go back to the chart. Come on, baby. Come on, baby. Let the good times roll. That's too far out. Y'all not supposed to see all that. When we got to this point here, well, these clowns were all sitting around at the table, and they got busted with their cocaine. Y'all remember when they got busted with their cocaine at the table? We said then that these were degenerate clowns that were in the office of president. That's a degenerate. He's a degenerate. They're all degenerates that have gotten office. I just want the picture of all three of them sitting at the table.
Merci beaucoup.
Merci beaucoup.
Merci beaucoup. Look at the camera. All three of them degenerates. And this is what's running the world. And quite frankly, it's our fault. It's people who have common sense's fault for sitting there saying, all right, I want to raise my kids and I want to have fun and I want to go fishing and I want to watch a football game and I don't want to have to pay attention to what happens in the halls of power. I just want to, like me, I just really just want to smoke my cigars, wear my alligator shoes, and watch my grandkids blow bubbles. That's it. That's all I want. But you got to understand, you got a wicked, demonic, evil opponent that's not what they want. You see, they want to rule and reign and dominate you for generation after generation after generation after generation, one by 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 one. And so since you have a demonic, demon-infested, demon-filled enemy like that, you don't get to take a break. Yeah, everybody got to be on their P's and Q's and everybody got to be fighting them. Now, you get to take a break after you defeated them. But until then, we as humanity are going to have to deal with these people. There's no way around it, ladies and gentlemen. You can't run from it. These are degenerates. Let them go and get their drugs off the table. There they are, getting their drugs off the table. Let me move my glass and get my cocaine straw. Oh, let me get my straw. Let me get my cocaine packet. Take the picture. So it's not surprising to me that when we get over here, his old lady is smacking him upside his head. She's like, smack that all on the floor, smack that, give me some more, smack that, oh, smack that. Doesn't surprise me at all. It does not surprise me one bit. I want to see this slap. It was a two-hand push like this. Like I don't know, you know. I mean, I don't know. They're weirdos as is. Technically, there's thoughts that that's a man. I've seen the wife or whatever it is sit down and it sits like a man. But then there's other conversations about him being with that person since he was like 14 years old. That's weird. The whole situation is just weird, ladies and gentlemen. It is. It's weird. Now, the last thing I want to talk to y'all about is Putin. Now, Donald been coming out and Donald been saying Putin's gone crazy. Putin lost his mind. If this report is true, Putin escapes massive Ukraine drone assault on his helicopter, Moscow claims, right? And if this video is legit, which is supposed to be, Ukraine forces used a military drone packed with explosives to try and kill Russian President Vladimir Zelensky, a German newspaper claims, prompting a divisive denial from Kremlin that such a thing might have happened. A crashed drone reported in Russia on Monday was actually the remains of an attempt by Ukraine to assassinate Vladimir Putin after they received advanced intelligence of his planned whereabouts, a factory visit on Sunday, according to claims published in German news. Russia likely employed Kurdish mercenaries to fight the drones. Let me tell you something. If this is true, ladies and gentlemen, and if Ukraine targeted him directly for assassination, and they got close to hitting him in any way, shape, or form, I'm going to tell you like this. I think Donald and the United States of America should back out of this and not say anything. Because we've gotten to the point to where we're trying to play peacekeeper between Russia and Ukraine. That's not our war. And Putin ain't no punk. So you're coming out saying, well, I'm not happy. And that's what Donald said. I'm not happy. Putin's lost his mind. I understand that Donald's trying to put pressure on Putin. You know what I'm saying? To trying to find an article on it. He's trying to put pressure on Putin to like tone it down. But at some point in time, man, you just gotta let it go. You gotta Teddy Pendergrass it. I think I better let it go. It looks like another love TKO. Oh, oh, oh. I think I better let it go. Let it go. Oh. It looks like another love TKO. Here it is. Oh, oh, oh. I'm not happy. President Trump lays out downfall of Russia warning to Putin. U.S. President Donald Trump is firefighting the Ukraine war. He said in comments where he expresses anger towards the actions of Russian President Vladimir Putin for undermining peace talks with rocket attacks on Ukrainian citizens. Let's just keep this real. If it's true that they got intel to try and assassinate him from some other nation, it would have to be France or Germany or one of those. And then they made the assassination attempt. And then he strikes back. You can't blame that man. And I'm at the point right now where I want Donald Trump to back away from this. Because if I'm Putin and you call me talking testy, and you like, yeah, I'm not happy with you. I said, I don't give a flying flip what you happy about. They tried to assassinate me. The same people who tried to assassinate me tried to assassinate you. Now, Ukraine is your dog that Joe Biden had let off the leash. You can't reel in your dog. Not my dog, your dog. So you can talk all the sanctions talk you want. You can say whatever the hell you want. Either Zelensky dies or we keep on going. Don't call me back. I don't want your help with shit. I don't need your help. Well, I'll put sanctions, put whatever you're going to put on me. But guess what I'm going to do? I'm going to go in Ukraine. I'm going to bust their head wide open. Now, you can come in here if you want to, but we have weapons. I don't give a damn. We all going to die. We going to die, Mr. Trump. Be clear with you. Because they trying to kill me. We all going to die. But we have the most advanced. I know you got advanced weapons, but you ain't got enough of them. And you and I both know you don't have enough of them. So you can sit here and play tough and talk tough, or you can get your behind out the way and let me go deal with Zelensky. Because I tried to talk to him, he wouldn't come to the table. He playing games, and now I'm starting to feel like you playing with me too. You know what I'm saying? You playing games with me too. They trying to assassinate me, then you gonna tell me I can't? Nah, bro. And see, guys, out of all the world leaders, Putin is the one that'll do it. Putin is the one that has been doing it. Everybody else is kind of like, they got generals and blah, blah, blah. You got Xi Jinping, come from political family. You got Donald Trump, who's a businessman. You got Zelensky, who was an actor. You got Macron, who was an actor and married to a man. You got Keir Starmer, you got all these weaklings all around the world. Then you got one bona fide dog. And that one bona fide dog, as an individual, is Putin. And I don't care what nobody say. We need to leave them people the hell alone. If he won't blow up Zelensky, if he won't blow up everybody in the Ukraine, I don't care. I don't think you care at this point in time. I'm tired of hearing about Zelensky in the Ukraine. I was tired of hearing about it the first time it came out. People started putting stupid flags all on their house. Like, Ukraine is a state in America. Tired of it, man. I'd rather see them just get blown up. I'm just going to keep it real with you. I'd rather see them get blown up. Get their head busting and get it over with. Bust their head, get it over with, ladies and gentlemen.